11 p.m. and these are the headlines. The President of the Republic grants an official welcome to the President of the Republic of India, who is on a state visit of 4 days to Algeria. Algerian-Indian relations are based on solidarity and the principle of non-alignment, while headed towards a diversification and reinforcement of partnership agreements. The just Sahrawi cause and the struggle of its people are at the heart of the International Youth Forum for Solidarity with Western Sahara, and we will tackle the reaction of the Moroccan king to the international support coming from the four corners of the world for Western Sahara. Welcome back, everyone. The President of the Republic of India, Draupadi Murmu, begins today a 4-day state visit to Algeria. On her arrival at Houari Boumediene International Airport, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, officially welcomed the guests of Algeria with 21 cannon shots in her honor. The President of India then greeted the senior government officials, welcoming her. The Speaker of the Council of the Nation, the Prime Minister, the President of the Constitutional Court, the Chief of Staff of the PNA, and the Principal Private Secretary of the Presidency of the Republic. After listening to the national anthems of the two countries and saluting the emblems, the two heads of state reviewed the detachments of various units of the People's National Army, who pay them the honors. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, greeted the Indian delegation accompanying the Indian President, who is paying a visit to Algeria at the head of a high-level delegation. A state visit of great importance in light of the political will of the leaders of the two countries to deepen and expand relations in accordance with their joint interest. For her part, the Indian President, Draupadi Murmu, greeted the Algerian delegation, welcoming her, including several members of the government in several vital sectors on which the two countries rely on to develop and expand the partnership and cooperation agreements. Abdulmajid Tebboune, accompanied by the President of the Republic of India, Drupadi Murmu, greeted the members of the diplomatic corps accredited to Algeria. The President of the Republic, Abdulmajid Tebboune, then held talks with the President of India, Drupadi Murmu, in the VIP lounge in the presence of the Speaker of the Council of the Nation, the Prime Minister, the President of the Constitutional Court, the Chief of Staff of the PNA, and the Principal Private Secretary of the Presidency of the Republic, alongside the high-level Indian delegation. The Algerian-Indian relations are based on the principles of solidarity and the non-aligned movement. The ties between the two countries go back to when India supported the independence of Algeria. Today, the two nations will be working together to further reinforce their trade exchanges. Yasir Hamdi.
Based on solidarity and the fight against colonialism, the historical relations between Algeria and India represent a model of sustainable partnership. While Algeria was fighting for its independence against the French occupation, India was one of the first nations to support it, thus setting the fundamentals of the historical brotherhood ties, a support expressed by Nehru during every international event. The two countries share a mutual history of fight against colonialism, and after independence, they both continued to support the countries in need as part of the non-aligned movement, which marked the beginning of a cooperation and a strong and promising economic cooperation in various sectors. Despite being close to $2 billion, the commercial exchanges haven't reached their full potential. India exports to Algeria $848 million and imports from Algeria $885 million. In investments, several Indian companies are working in Algeria in partnership with the public and private sectors. Beyond the numbers, the cultural exchanges also play an important role in the multidimensional relations that unite the two countries. The visit of the Indian President Drupadi Murmu to Algeria marks a crucial step with a clear objective: transform a historical friendship into a successful economic partnership for the two countries.
And the economic partnership between Algeria and India has witnessed a tangible revival in the recent years, embodied in many joint investment projects, such as Al-Harraj unit of Saidal Group for the production of anti-cancer drugs and other products with Indian expertise. Wayal Bahri reports.
India is a strategic partner in the pharmaceutical industry. The partnership is embodied today in the production of medicines. Al-Harraj unit for the production of medicines for the Saidal Group produces medicines such as antibiotics, anti-cancer substances and bioequivalents. We have 4 Indian partnerships. The first one is in Media Complex, where we manufacture the raw material for antibiotics. The second is in Hussein Day. The bioequivalence center is the first in Africa and the second in Algeria. The third partnership is to manufacture anti-cancer medicines, and the fourth one is to manufacture diabetes and heart disease drugs. Saidal Al-Harraj is one of the most modern units owned by the Saidal Group. It has a production capacity estimated at producing 40 units annually with one team. However, with the high demand for medicines, we have increased production and operated the units up to 3 teams. Indian experts provide the Al-Harraj pharmaceutical production unit of Saidal Group with expertise in the pharmaceutical industry, as India is one of the leading countries in this field.
Here I have seen the people who they have good knowledge on the products, and they know how to develop the product and how to handle the machines. So that will be a good thing for us to develop the product and manufacture the product as per the authority requirement here also.
India has the competencies that have provided us with developmental working methods, and we will continue working together to produce medicines at the level in several specialties in terms of heart diseases and diabetes. This experience will contribute to the development of the product to rise to 30 new medicines that will cover the local market. We have anti-inflammatories, painkillers, and anti-cancer medicines. Said Al-Harash unit is developing 30 new products in partnership with our colleagues from India. Algeria is making strenuous efforts to develop its relations with India in the field of pharmaceutical production in order to gain expertise, as India today is the 5th largest economy in the world.
And within the economic partnership between Algiers and New Delhi, the company Aldi as well was working in the industrial zone of Tizi Ouzou to achieve qualitative production in the process of manufacturing tractors and agricultural equipment, according to a well-studied industrial plan. Najah Tayyar explains it for us.
In the framework of partnership and expertise exchange between Algiers and New Delhi, LD Aswa company in Tizi Ouzou comes to manufacture agricultural tractors and agricultural equipment using the 10% Algerian products of iron and steel and Algerian capabilities. This machine here is multi-operational, like plasma cutting, oxycutting too, with high capacity. Manufacturing mechanical parts is an investment that improves the integration rate of this product, which is achieving high numbers of production. I had a training with Mahindra company in India and here in Algeria. We have started the production of 100% Algerian production pieces. The production capacity of this unit is 5,000 tractors and 2,700 agricultural machines per year, and this unit will create over 500 direct job opportunities. The Indian company's sales volume is $23 billion, working in more than 100 countries, and works in Algeria also to achieve a common industrial ambition. We have been working with our Algerian partner for 20 years. We have over 4,000 satisfied customers in the Algerian market. We want to work with the farmers and the authorities here to develop the agriculture in Algeria. The Algerian market needs are 10,000 tractors per year. This company represents a step in the economic partnership path to achieve qualitative industrial production that strengthens the partnership between Algiers and New Delhi.
And as part of the various aspects of cooperation and partnership between Algeria and India comes the project to complete the railway link in the provinces of Ghilizan and Shlif with economic and social dimensions, one of the most prominent model projects between the two countries. Banyan Pei explains.
One of the aspects of the partnership between Algeria and India is the double railway line project linking the cities of Yellil and Wetzli, extending over nearly 100 kilometers. The last touches to deliver this vital project are almost done. This is a project that is one of the fruits of the good diplomatic partnership that brings Algeria and India together. The strong relations that bring the two countries together have contributed to the completion of this important project with high efficiency. We aspire to more partnerships in the future. This is very good because we see that our country is developing for the better, and as we see, there are 4 railways, and this will help the citizen a lot. This project reduces the fatigue of travel for citizens and shortens the time and distances between the provinces. This project includes developing the railway transport system to transport passengers and goods safely and quickly, given the number of facilities completed throughout the project. The Indian company is committed to the plan and schedule to implement the project to ensure the quality of services that meet international specifications. The project aims to reduce travel time for citizens and goods. There are 7 stations, 6 of which are double for transporting passengers and goods, and a central station, Ghilizan province. The works rate is now reaching 94%, and delivery will be within the next few months. Yellil and Wedsley Railway Project is an extension of the giant line linking Taraf and Tlemcen provinces, which will enhance the transport capacity completely.
And it is the last day of the third edition of the International Forum for Youth and Solidarity with the Western Sahara in Spain. After 3 days of works, the 220 participants coming from 31 countries reiterated their support to the Sahrawi people and their right to self-determination. Yasin Hamdi.
Riotous voices are rising across the world to support the Sahrawi cause. During the third and last day of the International Forum for Youth and Solidarity with Western Sahara taking place in Bilbao, the participants reiterated their support to the fight of the Sahrawi people for independence. The International Network of Youth for Solidarity with Western Sahara expressed the support of young people around the world to the right of the Sahrawi people to self-determination and demands to put an end to the plundering of the Sahrawi resources.
هامش المناورة أمام المفوضية والمجلس أصبحت شبه معدومة لمواصلة.
Now it is impossible for Morocco to continue plundering the Sahrawi resources in order to finance its military operations in Western Sahara.
المغرب يجد نفسه بدون مصادر تمويل عملاقة كان يمول بها الاحتلال العسكري للصحراء الغربية.
The participants called the international community to act urgently to ensure an equitable referendum and the international institutions to assume their responsibilities to put an end to the occupation of the last African colony. The network also denounced the violations of human rights from which the Sahrawi people suffers and hailed the determination of the Sahrawi youth in its fight for freedom. We support the Sahrawi people as well as the Palestinians. We close the universities to denounce the Moroccan occupation of Western Sahara and the plunder of its resources. The participants are devoted to reinforcing the international network of Youth for Solidarity with Western Sahara as a global platform for coordination and defense of the Sahrawi people, and demands the end of the media blockade in order to make the voice of this oppressed people heard by the world.
And the decisions of the European Court of Justice, the UN resolutions and many supporters of the Sahrawi cause who manifested before the UN Commission responsible for the decolonization affairs have pushed the King of Morocco to break his silence and state a false claim on the Sahrawi file. Najah Tayyar.
The Moroccan false claim of the Western Sahara being closed file is crumbling in the face of the international legal and political realities, specifically after the decisions of the Court of Justice of the European Union, which clearly reaffirmed that the Western Sahara is not Moroccan and that the Polisario Front remains the sole legitimate representative of the Sahrawi people. Decisions that forced Mohammed VI to break his silence and devote his entire speech on Friday to the opening of the autumn session of the parliament to the question of the Western Sahara, usually dedicated to the examination of internal files relating to the daily life of the oppressed Moroccan people, who have come to realize that the Sahara is not Moroccan, as Makhzen would have people to believe. The decisions of the European Court of Justice are a blow to the illegitimate Moroccan ambitions, the international support of which Rabat relied on and finds comfort only in the support of the French president, who recognized the alleged Moroccan sovereignty over the territories of Western Sahara, reproducing a similar scenario that recently took place with a tweet by the former US President Donald Trump, who had also recognized the same alleged sovereignty, a recognition that the new American administration quickly renounced. The European countries, for their part, are increasingly inclined to respect the decisions of the Court of Justice of the European Union and no longer turn a blind eye to the illegal occupation of the Western Sahara. The UN's Fourth Committee is meeting to assess the situation in Western Sahara, and the UN Security Council will review the issue on October 16th, where the Special Envoy's report will be presented. These discussions highlight that the issue remains unsolved, despite Morocco's claims suggesting otherwise.
In the occupied Palestinian territories, no less than 200 people have been killed by the Zionist forces following the military siege imposed for more than a week now on northern Gaza. Palestinians are trapped while receiving drone strikes. Since October 2023, at least 42,227 Palestinians have been killed, with no less than 98,464 wounded. And we have new updates concerning yesterday's strike on Nabaiti, the major city in southern Lebanon. At least 8 people died in the Zionist attack, while the total death toll from the strikes targeting the northern and southern parts of Beirut yesterday exceeds 15, with dozens injured. For its part, and since the beginning of the aggression, the Lebanese Health Ministry announced the martyrdom of 2,255 people and the injury of more than 10,000. And we've sadly received the news that Mujahid, a member of the Liberation Army, Ahmed Teferganit, had passed away this morning at the age of 90 in Batna province. Ahmed Teferganit was known during the Glorious Revolution as Bukhdara in the Awras region. The late was one of the pioneers of the Liberation Revolution and made a great contribution to the battles aiming to snatch back independence. The funeral took place this afternoon after the Asr prayer in the presence of his family and the Revolution family. And following the sad news, the Minister of Mujahideen, Al-Eid Rabiga, sent a condolences message praying Allah Almighty to grant him mercy and welcome him into his vast paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.